So, good afternoon, all. And I see all the aspirants today, those who have appeared for LPU Nest, and you are on the verge of filling the preferences for all engineering branches. So, we have with us the experts who will be talking about your branches, the engineering disciplines that we are offering, and you will be in a comfortable position to make a choice and a better choice for you all. So I'll introduce first of all the speaker of the day, Dr. Laviraj Gupta, Executive Dean, lovely Faculty of Technology and Sciences, lovely professional university. He's the Pro Vice Chancellor as well. He holds the PhD in bioinformatics. He did his MTech in computer-aided design and interactive graphics from IIT Kanpur and BE Honors Mechanical Engineering from MITS Gwalior. Having flair of endless learning, has done 40 plus certifications and specializations in IoT, augmented reality, gamification, machine learning from University of California, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. His research interests are in the areas of robotics, mechatronics, bioinformatics, IoT, AI, and ML using TensorFlow and gamification. 85 plus published patents. Some of them are Bagomoto, powerless lift mechanism, set up by the posture proctor. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
We also have with us Ms. Rachna Bajaj, Assistant Officer, Division of Admissions, LPU. She'll be taking up the infrastructure, fee scholarship, and eligibility part. Over to you, sir. For the
good afternoon, everybody. Thanks, Mr. Rishi, Dr. Rishi, for introducing me. See, I'll be taking quick 15-20 minutes of yours and would be talking about. I am not actually going to talk about the futuristic version of it, but I'm going to talk about how present state of the art of technology is redefining the way careers people are looking at, because technology has crossed all the boundaries as of now. Technology does not belongs to a particular discipline. Technology does not just simply belongs to mechanical or computer science or electronics. Technology has become wider, wiser, and vaster than what do we think. So I'm going to talk about something called as new age careers. I'm going to define that, how the new age careers are going to take up. See, there is one word which is ruling the entire world, and that word is nothing but smart. Now, all your telephones are smart, your cameras are smart, all the automobiles, they are smart, because now they are not just simply controlled by clutch, gear, and brake kind of a mechanism. They are controlled electronically. All the power generation devices, the bridges are smart, even the factories are smart, your homes are smart, even the televisions which you have in your home are smart. These cities are becoming smart, so we need to understand this word smart, so that we can craft, curate, and brew our careers in that particular direction. When I say everything is smart, it is because of ubiquitous computing capabilities of devices and availability of connectivity all across. Any device and every device, they're connected to each other. You find that anybody and anyone is connected. All services, all businesses are connected with each other. You can find the connectivity and computational capability in all the devices and anywhere and any place. Now, this is because of the evolution, the technology revolution and evolution. We are in the present state of industry revolution 4.0. The very first revolution came when people started using water and steam to produce. That was the industry 1.0. That was the first revolution which happened in production. The second came when people started using electricity. The third came when people started using electronics and information technology into the production, creating an automated production workbenches. But we are in the era of fourth revolution. Fourth industrial revolution is presently persisting, and that is making anything and everything smarter. This is because of advent and development of cyber physical systems. The physical systems who have the capability of computation within themselves and are connected. I'll give you an example. Even if it is your motorbike, it has got a computing capability. And your motorbike, if has that ability that it can be connected, then it becomes a cyber physical system. So let us look to what kind of awesomeness this cyber physical systems and the smartness has brought into our lives. Because until and unless you understand these things, you'll not be able to figure out what this word smart means and how this word smart is going to play a role in your careers, how your aspirations are going to change by the virtue of change in the technology happening around you. You see, there are smart homes, not just simply, bells are getting smarter, your control systems, your air conditioning systems are getting smarter. Healthcare, past 2.5 years, exactly 2 years, we have seen that how healthcare has become smarter, how the capture of biological data from an individual can help assessing the health of an individual and giving the mitigating medicines or care at the right point of time. The highways are smarter. You might not visualize them, but if you go to any expressway, there are sensors implemented over there which can check the density and the flow of the traffic around them. Agriculture has become smarter. People are talking about GIS, GPS kind of technologies. People are talking about satellite imaging. People are talking drones to be implemented in smart agriculture or in agriculture. You are seeing devices which have become smarter time and on. You see cars, driverless cars. You see actually even the toothbrushes are smarter, that it captures the way you brush your teeth, the duration for which you brush the side of the teeth and things like that. Voice assistants in form of Alexa, Cortana, Siri, whatnot, Google Home are game changers. Now, for engineers who are in becoming right now, if they do not understand that how this technology is going to play a vital and critical role into their careers, because you need to engineer things maybe after 4 years or 5 years down the line, depending upon the program which you have chosen. So we have we have crafted engineering at LPU in a different way. We think future. When we think future, we have built in transdisciplinary research domains. I'll explain this transdisciplinary research domains because technology or research has moved on from interdisciplinary to multidisciplinary, and now finally we are into the era, we are into the doctrine of transdisciplinary research. So we think future, we think shift. The technology is shifting with the lightning pace. Technology, by the time we are interacting with each other for 15, 20, 30 minutes or 40 odd minutes, the technology has shifted. And thus, we crafted advanced labs in LPU so that we keep track of what kind of technology shift is happening. We think of expectation, that you have in your mind loads of expectation, and that can only be catered to, that can only be taken care of by the best of the faculty from the continent or from all across the globe. We think careers, we think about aspirations. Thus, we brought industry, not just simply to look into and modify a curricula, but now we are offering programs which are industry associated. A program in electronics, if it is having association of Intel, Texas Instruments put together, would bring loads and loads of aspiration settlements. And this inclusivity is not just limited to curriculum. The experts from Intel and Texas Instruments are going to deliver courses and lectures while you are studying those courses. We also think beyond, thus we focus quite a lot on experiential learning. We work on that during your course, you at least do something on your own so that learning happens in the rightest form and in the rightest texture. Thus, we will let you think smart. All these things would come together, all these things would meld together, would blend together to get you ready for the word smart. Because things which are smart today will be smarter tomorrow, will be smartest day after tomorrow, and then new things would come which would override these smart things, and you'll have to create, you'll have to engineer those kind of smart things. I'll give you certain examples that what kind of smart things the students of LPU they have developed. If I talk about electrical and electronics kind of a domain, what students have done during the times of COVID, they have understood that if WHO says that you need to wash your hands for 20 seconds to get the best out of the hand wash. So nobody takes the wristwatch, or there is no clock in anybody's washroom. So what they identified as a problem statement, that it becomes difficult for an individual to keep track of those 20 seconds. So they curated 20 seconds for life. Now I'm talking about these small little projects which have got loads of smart thinking, loads of technology shift, loads of understanding of extracting a problem statement for a given scenario and situation. And all these things, you can see that the Times of India has really populated and pronounced and promoted this idea to an extent. The students of electronics and electrical engineering, they crafted another invention, another newness which they brought in during the times of COVID is so what they did was they understood that in COVID wards, human intervention should be negated, so that humans are not going in there and they are basically not getting vulnerable, they are not getting affected by the COVID patients. So they created a smart dustbin which is smart enough to travel into COVID ward and collect the trash or collect the dumps from the COVID patients. Now, these are certain very basic things which the students who have the flair of doing something great, but is curriculum oriented, support is there with them. They only can create wonders like this. Again, this smart dustbin LE was very much taken up wonderfully well by the media, and they announced it to an extent. For mechanical and automobile aerospace students, I'm just giving you glimpse. I'm just giving you the examples. I gave you the examples on electronics and electrical. I'm giving you the examples for example, for mechanical, automobile, and aerospace. They created an autonomous solar bus, a bus which is driven by the solar power, making the ecosystem friendly, environment friendly, and is also a driverless autonomous vehicle. Now this travels in the campus without the driver on a predetermined path, and it can take over any obstacle which comes its way. Smart devices. Another example of having that curriculum in place, having that technology, or having that industry association in place, and students doing something great. Students, as I said earlier, that world is now looking to something called as transdisciplinary research. Students of mechanical, aerospace, and agriculture, they sat together and they identified a pain area that the farmer, if he's actually sprinkling weedicide, he's not focusing on the weed only, and he's sprinkling a lot more, which may be harmful for the present crop as well. So they crafted a drone, we call it as flying farmer, which can identify the weed through a computer vision. There's a camera mounted on this drone. Through computer vision, it identifies weeds and sprinkle the weedicide on the weed only, reducing the the amount of weedicide need and negating the human intervention into the process. For bioengineering, biomedical students, you know what they did? They created Oxygen. It is algae-based air purifying mask. It's a respirator, and see, it has been very well taken up by media and industry. And media like Business Line talked about this very fervorously. They also created a UV racket. This all I'm talking about is done during the period of COVID, because they understood that what kind of challenges people are facing during these unprecedented times. So they created solutions on the basis of three things. A, they were curriculum ready. Their curriculum was ready and geared up to make them thoughtful, to make them inventive enough to create solutions. B, they have that zeal and handholding from the faculty, that if there is an idea which came in their mind, the faculty would handhold them and would take it to create the prototype. Again, this UV racket is, say for example, during COVID times when you're buying groceries or something like that from the market, you bring them back to your home, and there is always a possibility of viruses being up there onto the grocery items. So they created a UV racket. You just simply spam the racket over the grocery items, and the possibility of the virus or the virus is killed. These are certain kind of things, which different kind of disciplines have done. Civil engineering students, they have understood, and their curriculum is now ready to move on from various stages of civil engineering, from crude tools to use of machines, use of softwares, and now they are completely into digitalization. They work quite a loads on softwares. They talk about BIM, building information modeling, which is a complete comprehensive solution providing for any kind of civil construction. So what they do is, in their very first year, I was talking about experiential learning. In the very first year, they are going to build a house, a model of a house, and this is not by virtue of some kind of plywood or something like that. No, they build houses as their project in the very first semester, first year. What they do is they build houses by casting even the columns and beams out of reinforced concrete cement. Now, a student, if he has done this in the very first term, he is smart enough to understand the technology of pre-stressed fabrications, which is the new form of civil engineering. This is again a perfect example of transdisciplinary research, that the students of civil and mechanical sat together, and they crafted a 55-feet giant structure. This is a perfect example of mechanical students coming together with civil engineering students designing the structural stability, and mechanical students fabricating them using all their skills which they have learned during the curriculum of welding, sheet metal or smithy and things like that. Students of chemical engineering, they developed, Go Algae. It's an algae-based purifier, which is actually a very new form of technology. And see, again, the Times of India, they took up this particular innovation done by the students, and they really showed it to the world that yes, the students, if they are smart, not just simply by virtue of their being, but by virtue of their curricula, by virtue of their understanding, and by virtue of their faculty connect and the practicals which they have done during their studies, can create wonders. So my point here would be whatsoever I've shown you, and what I began with, that if you are going to redefine career, if you are going to reconstruct the word career, you'll have to have a transdisciplinary approach. This slide of mine clearly depicts that an interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary approach, what happens was that various disciplines, they just simply look to what all is happening around, but in interdisciplinary, they partially participate in development of that. But in transdisciplinary approach, these disciplines, various disciplines, they come together and participate equally to craft a solution. All the examples which I've shown are the students' projects which are completely in line with the transdisciplinary approach, be it the flying farmer, the drone for weedicide sprinkling, even if it is an autonomous solar bus, or it is 20 seconds for life, or it is go algae kind of air purifier, all of them. Why I'm so particular in emphasizing transdisciplinary, that until and unless you have the labs, you have the faculty, you have the curricula which supports your branching out, reaching out to various disciplines together, and gives you an opportunity, you'll not be able to be ready for engineering and technology of tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or maybe coming 5 years. So what we do at LPU is we completely believe that anything and everything, the best learning can happen by doing only. If you have done something, then only you have learned. So we have included loads of experiential learning, loads of learning by doing kind of experiments, projects for you, so that you become smarter. We have understood that the projects are the key. If you participate in a project whatsoever, little I've shown you, the tip of the iceberg I have shown you. If you have participated in projects like that, then only you become the true engineer for tomorrow. We'll let you explore the transdisciplinary domains. This is an opportunity which can be given by you in your minors, engineering minors, or maybe open electives. You can reach out, and you can also do this during the internal hackathons which we do. And most importantly, what we do is we let you participate in national and international events. See, the participation in the national and international events gives you the insight of how the technology is shifting, what would be the new form of technology in times to come, and how people are getting ready for that. So we'll we'll give you loads of exploration around transdisciplinary domains, and then we'll let you participate in international and national events so that you understand the shift and you can build solutions. We'll let you build a very strong digital presence. We let you create your own technical profile which is available to the world to be shown. If you do a project, if you write a patent, if a patent is granted, if a copyright is granted, now that becomes your gems which you collect. We let you collect these kind of gems so that by the time you graduate, you are star-studded. You've got these stars on your shoulders and you're cut above the rest. So all in all, we'll let you co-create the magic. And this is completely in line with our credo, with our punchline. Thus, we'll let you think big. I once again would want you that choose your discipline, choose your domain of being an engineer wisely, and choose the place to study, where you get opportunities, where you get faculties who can support for your projects, and do things rather than just simply going through the books. Go beyond books. I rest myself over here and would let Dr. Rishi to continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful watching you talking on evolution and revolution, engineering at LPU, and of course, approach to success and the cut above. It was wonderful and quick. Thank you so much, sir. Before we move on to the next presentation, I would like to take up two questions for Dr. Laviraj Gupta. Can I, sir?
Sure.
Pankaj wants to know that do we offer honors program? If yes, then how they are different from the normal degree?
We do offer honors program, and as I said earlier, these honors program would be industry associated programs. Say, for example, you are selecting mechanical, then there'll be an industry association with Siemens. If you're choosing electronics as a discipline, then there'll be associative programs which are from Texas Instruments or Intel. And to elaborate it a little further, these associations are not just simply by name, just simply that they have vetted the curricula. Every term, minimum one subject would be delivered by the industry experts, be it Siemens, be it Texas Instruments, be it Intel, so that you have the first-hand feel of what the industry is doing, how this particular theory is being implemented in the industry. So that gives a clear-cut distinction between the regular degree program and the honors degree program.
Thank you, sir. We have a next question very closely related to the labs. They want to know how the labs are conducted and what is the credit like coverage of the lab as compared to theory subjects. Have we made a substantial amount of differentiation or not?
Yes, because when I was talking about learning by doing, and when I was talking about experiential learning, your credit component of labs would be substantial. Do not bother about it. And from the very first term, you will encounter a course which is termed as experiential learning, or which would be termed as tinkering lab. Now, in that, if you are an electronics engineer, you will be asked to fabricate a line following robot, not design. There are kits available. You'll be asked to fabricate a line following robot, and the assessment of this experiential learning course would be done on the basis of competition, that you'll have to run this robot on a maze, and the robot which successfully runs the robot gets the highest marks. The ideology is that when we say that learning by doing is the crux of the entire engineering, all your labs would have not just simply the demo kits. We'll give you an opportunity to create your own breadboard circuits. In chemical, we'll let you create the upstream and downstream processes on your own. So do not bother about it. We already have understood, and this is one of our biggest agenda, that learning by doing is the key to success.
Wonderful, sir. It was really, really well answered by you. And for now, I would like to thank Dr. Laviraj Gupta, who has taken out time from his busy schedule and had interacted with you all and answered few of your queries. I would like to thank you, sir, once again for sparing time and being over here. And now I move on to Ms. Rachna Bajaj for her part of the presentation. She'll be taking up the infrastructure. She'll be taking up the scholarship part that would really be of benefit to you all. Over to Madam Rachna Bajaj. I'm giving you the rights, Madam.
Awesome. Okay. So, sir, I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Thank you so much. So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and safe at your home. So, let's go through the quick glimpse of the university where you may be joining in the coming future, most probably once your 12th results are declared, and for 11 students as well. So, first up, as you can see, we have LPU breaking records when 13 students of LPU participated in the Tokyo Olympics 2020. We had Neeraj Chopra, we had Manpreet Singh, and other students as well. Further, moving ahead to the rankings of the university, especially if I talk about the engineering programs, LPU has been ranked 66th amongst all government and private engineering institutes in India by NIRF, Ministry of Education and Ministry of Education, Government of India. Further, we have the impact rankings where LPU was ranked second in India, and only 3 Indian universities made it to the top 200 list globally as per the Times at Education Impact Rankings 2021. Further, we have the World University Ranking where LPU has been ranked 36th among top universities as the top universities of India. So, as a student, make sure that you enjoy your campus life. And if I talk about LPU students have got several opportunities to interact with the several laureates, be it scientists, and participated in several not just national but international level events as well. So let's give you a glimpse of few of the events held at LPU. So first up in the list, we have 106th Indian Science Congress with the focal theme of Future India Science and Technology, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. Next, we have a Nobel laureate, Dalai Lama, chairing the 5th convocation at LPU.
Miss
And
Rachna, your screen is not moving actually. You're sorry to interrupt, but your slides are not moving. It is still on the first slide.
okay, sorry, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now it's
Sir, visible?
perfect.
Okay. I'll just start up with the campus life again and the exposure. So as I was just saying, the 106th Indian Science Congress, which was conducted at LPU, the Indian Science Congress with the focal theme of Future India, inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. Next, we have Nobel laureate Dalai Lama during the 5th convocation at LPU, and an historic moment, former President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, chairing the 2nd convocation at LPU, and former Finance Minister of India, late Shri Arun Jaitley, inaugurating the LPU's startup school, and a very familiar face and a motivational speaker, Gaur Gopal Das ji, interacted with the students and guided them about the life and various skills as well. And a few glimpse of the heartthrobs. We have Shah Rukh Khan, we had Deepika Padukone for the promotion of Chennai Express, we had Mahendra Singh Dhoni as well in the campus. So further moving towards the infrastructure, once you are selecting any university or going through the university, make sure you go through the infrastructure as well, because you will be spending your next 3, 4, or for the let's say 7 to 8 years in these labs and classrooms. So let's give you a quick glimpse of the labs and other facilities which are available in LPU. We have a Cisco lab for networking and communication lab, the iMac lab. Next up, we have the Google lab, the big data lab, the automation related labs where all the projects are done. And yes, so this is an inside view of our 9-storied central library with around 20 lakhs of books available in online and offline mode as well. So this is a view of our amphitheaters. LPU has around 3 to 4 amphitheaters where several events like Nukkad theaters or small acts or events take place for the students. And this is an inside view of our Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium with a capacity of 2,400 audience, being the largest in this region. An outside view of our university mall. I would like to mention that this university mall has all the facilities except the theater. If I talk about if you want to go through any electronic gadgets, if you want to go through any clothing stores or dining restaurants, or if I talk about sweet shops, stationeries, and everything. The bowling area, which is part of a university mall. Apart from academics, we also want our students to go, have some leisure time and enjoy their campus life. An inside view of the university's gym. Hospital facilities, if I talk about all the basic and necessary facilities like dental facilities, physiotherapy facilities, the eye checkup, all such facilities with separate wards, chemist shops are available inside the university hospital. And so this is an outside view of our Shanti Devi indoor stadium, which has all several sports facilities. Like if I talk about the indoor Olympic level swimming pool, if, we have 10 to 12 badminton courts for our students, a shooting area, and a beautiful picture clicked by one of our students, and a mesmerizing night view of our university. So, as just Leviraj sir has shared various projects, several projects our students have been participating into, I would just like to give you a small glimpse of the practical exposure through a video. I'm not sure if you will be able to have the audio experience of this, but yes, I would just like to show you a quick glimpse. So this is our students working on various projects, participating in several competitions. This is a video which was showcased on ABP channel, where our students prepared FE cycles and solar buses, solar cars. This bike works not just only on petrol but on LPG as well. Next, we have the off-roading chapter of LPU's Team Eligibility Racers, where LPU students were awarded as best student team at a professional rally, Road to Dakar in the Thar Desert, competing against top companies like TVS Racing, Hero Racing, Polaris, Isuzu, Mahindra was there, Maruti Suzuki, and LPU's team was the only one with a self-built car in this. A view of a glimpse of the car made by our students. Yes, so moving ahead towards a demonstration, I would now like to give you a demonstration of how you can fill your preference for those students, especially those who have already appeared for their exams and the results are out, and now the next step is how to fill your preference. So once you log in your dashboard, so this is a sample sample which I'll be just sharing with you. On the screen, you can see rank your preference. So once I click on this icon, I'll get to see the subjects which I have studied in 12th, my inter. So let's say I have studied English, physics, maths, and chemistry, my engineering non-medical subjects. And my first preference is electronics and communication engineering, computer science and engineering, I would take it. So what I will do is I'll just drag this program on the top and making it my first preference. Let's say my second preference is electronics and communication engineering 2+2 international credit transfer option. So I'll just drag it at the second number, and my third option is electronics and communication engineering with Internet of Things. I'll drag it on the third, and accordingly you just have to fill few of your preferences, because on the basis of the preference filled, you will be getting your allotment letters. And once you have done with your preference filling, just click on submit and a pop-up will come. Are you sure? So if I'm sure, then I'll just click on yes. If you want to revise your preferences as well, you can do so as well. You will be given a time period of around 24 to 72 hours in which you can update your preferences again, right? So next up, we have about the eligibility, the fees and scholarship of BTech program. I'll just give you a quick step-by-step review of how you can submit, go through the eligibility criteria and other details of the program. So this is our official website, lpu.in. So once you go on this website, on the top, you can see this icon of admissions. So here we have after 12th programs. I'll just click on it, and all the programs which are being offered at LPU will be visible in front of you. So let's say I'm interested in engineering, EEE, electronics and communication engineering. I'll click here, and all the honors program, industry collaborative, specialized program will be available in front of me. We have programs in tie-up with Intel, age, cadence is there. So I'll just share the fee structure and eligibility criteria of our general BTech electronics and communication engineering. So first we have the eligibility criteria, which says minimum 60% in 12th with physics, maths and English as compulsory subjects, along with LPU NEST, National Entrance and Scholarship Test. This test is not only for eligibility, but it will also act as a scholarship test. So further moving ahead, you can go through the placements, the research, the rankings of this program, of our engineering program. We also have the curriculum listed for next 4 years, first year, first semester, second year, and accordingly. The engineering minors which are being offered, the language electives, pathway electives, and open minors which are available in the baskets of ECE program. Scrolling down to the most important part, the fees and scholarship. If I talk about the fee of this program, although the without scholarship fee is 1,20,000 per semester, but we have different categories on the basis of which students can also avail scholarships. So first up in the list, we have on the basis of your last 2 qualifications, that is your 10th and 12th. So here you can go through all the percentage slabs as well. You require minimum 80% for the category 3 scholarship, that is of 30%. If you score even better, if you score 90 to 94.9 further in your 12th or either in your 10th, you will be eligible for 40% scholarship. Last but not the least, if you score 95% or above, you can be eligible for 50% scholarship as well, which will directly reduce your fees to only for 60,000 per semester. Let's say if you couldn't score well in your 12th or 10th, you also still have opportunities. You can also avail benefit on the basis of LPU NEST exam. As I mentioned earlier, this test is not only for eligibility, but it will also act as a scholarship test. So these are the cutoffs which are available on the website on the basis of which you can avail scholarship. If you score tentatively this much of marks, you will fall in the category 3, that is of 30%, reducing your fees to 84,000 per semester. If you score even better in this LPU NEST exam, you can avail scholarship of 40%, reducing your fees to 72,000 per semester. Last but not the least, 50% scholarship for category 1, in which your fees will be directly reduced to 60,000 per semester. Further, you can also avail scholarship benefits on the basis of JEE main exam, which are you going to appear or some have registered. The percentile starts from 85, 90, and 95, and accordingly, the categories 30%, 40%, and 50%. We have some other scholarships as well. Special scholarship for toppers of education board. You can get your mark sheets verified. You can mail us at admissions@lpu.co.in once your results have been declared. We have various financial aids as well. You can also share this with your friends, let those who are orphans and they are not able to avail any kind of other scholarship, a person with a certain disability, and if any one is a retired defense or CAPF paramilitary personnel or their dependents as well. So accordingly, in whichever category you will get the maximum benefit, that one scholarship will be applicable to you for next 4 years. Further, I would just wind up quickly now. We have the schedules here, the important dates. This is the previous schedule for which the last date was 5th March. Our current schedule is this now. So I would suggest everyone to proceed with the registrations. Those who haven't done yet, because the last date for registration will be 10th April. And further, the exam dates will be 5th to 15th April, and your result will be declared on 20th April. And accordingly, the most important part, once your result has been declared, will be the filling of online preference. So you can fill your preference, and for those who haven't filled their preference, I would again give you a reminder to fill your preference so that you can avail your allotment letters as well. Besides this, you can also get in touch with us for detailed information through our WhatsApp, through our call center, or you can also go through our video counseling. We have all the details icons available on the right side of the screen for live video counseling. You can also have a 360 view of our university. You can also get a call scheduled for yourself as per your convenience. You can also get in touch with our WhatsApp team. And these are our helpline numbers. You can connect with us between 9 to 5 as well. I hope, Rishi sir, I have covered majority of the parts. Still, in case if there is anything, please let me know.
Thank you so much, Racha ma'am. Racha ma'am, we have a question for you.
Yes.
One of our attendee asking, due to the COVID reason, he not connected annual exam, but based on international marks, result declared. So it's valid for the university, for our university or not?
Dear, you'll have to drop us a mail again. I would request Rishabh sir, if he is available, or our backend team to share the email ID in the chat section, which is admissions@lp.co.in, because we have to first verify the mark sheets. We have to verify in which year he has cleared his exams, and only then we can give a statement. So before committing anything, yes, I would request the candidate to mail us all the mark sheets. And
Okay,
accordingly, our team will definitely revert the candidate within 24 hours.
Okay, thank you, Racha ma'am. And one more question. Attendee is asking for the more option, a broad option for these programs.
Okay. Specifically, any program mentioned, or do you want me just to show a basic program?
For the basic programs.
Okay. So as I am sharing the details for ECE, I'll share the details for ECE 2+2 international credit transfer option. The criteria is same for other programs as well. The international 2+2 international credit transfer options has such benefits. You can start your degree at LPU and finish with an international degree in the foreign university. And for this, we have tie-ups with several universities like University of Greenwich in UK. We have tie-up with Swinburne University, Australia. We have Massey University in New Zealand, and accordingly, Curtin University is also there in Australia. So your initial 2 years will be completed in LPU, and the next 2 years will be completed in a foreign university, and you will be getting the degree of that particular university as well. Secondly, the second benefit of this program is it is a cost-effective program. On one side, you will be spending your 4 years in a foreign university. You will be away from your parents, the accommodation expense. You will have to proceed parallelly do a job as well, and several other challenges. But by just spending 2 years, you will be getting a degree from an international university. Further, you can settle abroad. You can also further apply for permanent residence as per the criteria of that particular country. You also have option of work permit as per the guidelines and norms of the partner university as well. So these are few of the benefits of our 2+2 international credit transfer option. So if you're looking further to settle in abroad, so this is the best career choice you can opt for. And for this also, you can visit our website. All the details are available. And for more detailed information, again, you can connect us with our live video counseling or our helpline number or WhatsApp team as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Racha ma'am. Hopefully, attendees will get their answers. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, experts, your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produce one of the most wonderful afternoon for all the attendees. On behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I want to thankful for your insightful presentation. Hopefully, the attendees also found this webinar to be valuable, and we will be able to utilize the information provided in this webinar. I'm obliged and once again thankful to all the experts strengthening this platform. Thank you so much. Signing off for the day.